Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 3, the final deciding game of this Best of 3 series between Rattlesnake and LGD Gaming International. We had a pretty long pause because this game had a little bit of trouble being created, but we are back now. And of course, I'm Luminous, and I'm joined by Lysander for this BTS presentation of DSL. Rattlesnake drafting Clockwork, Shadow Demon, and Juggernaut. LG Gaming up picking Darkster, Gyrocopter, and another hero. Of course, the bandout is a Dragon Knight and an Nyx Assassin by Rattlesnake, and a Lifestealer and Bat Rider. Lysander, you still with us?
Yep, I am. And LGD once again going for the first pick, Darkseer, so not losing any faith in Darkseer at all. So despite losing quite hard, I would say the Darkseer actually did keep them in the game for quite a long time with the Vacuum Wall. And yeah, especially getting up that Blink Dagger, but this time Rattlesnake go for the Juggernaut pick, so that's a little bit different. But Shadow Demon, Juggernaut, that's a very good synergy coming out there. Disruption will give Juggernaut enough time to go in, get in position for a spin.
Yeah, I feel like right now Juggernaut is in a fairly good position in the game in the sense that he doesn't really will die to anything so far. There's not many support heroes that could deal with Juggernaut in terms of catching him out of position and getting a kill, because not many... There's very few instant initiation or instant disable stuns. I'm only thinking about Hexus, for example, coming out from Line or the Shadow Shaman. And aside from those, Juggernaut could spin to dodge or spin to dispel any kind of disables. And I mean, how is Darkster, Gyrocopter, and now Queen of Pain gonna shut down Juggernaut, and how are they gonna shut down Clockwork? I feel like Rattlesnake is gonna have a very easy time getting kills or running escape from kills, especially when you have Shadow Demon Disruption backup. So I feel like Rattlesnake's draft is looking pretty good so far.
And if I'm not wrong, this is the first time we're seeing a Quap in this best of 3, which is very interesting to me because Quap wasn't banned. And Queen of Pain is actually a really good pickup in usually any kind of draft. And it does add a lot of AoE teamfight to LGD Gaming as well. And yeah, finally Queen of Pain got it picked up, but Rattlesnake, they do get the Shadow Demon as well as the Clockwork once again. So Clockwork gonna be escaping the ban there. DK, well, getting the ban instead.
Yeah, we don't see Queen of Pain too much, or at least lately in the Chinese game, because as powerful as she is, she doesn't provide enough disruption in a team fight. Unlike, for example, a Magnus or a Clockwork, some of the more common solo mid. She doesn't also win the lane as hard as you might imagine. Shadow Strike Harass is very nice, but seems like the players have definitely found ways to deal with it. She's not that hard to gank, especially when you open up with a Shadow Demon Disruption, you follow with LSA. Sure, she's still a great all-around hero, and to be completely honest, I think she might be picked up as a way to deal with that Juggernaut ward. If she blink in, pops a BKB, and kill the ward immediately, you gain yourself a big advantage in throughout that team fight. Obviously, she's gonna throw out all of her nukes, and it's gonna be a pretty good way to deal, with the squishy Clockwork if he gets the support role, the squishy Shadow Demon. And lastly, I mean, Clockwork's not gonna stop a Queen of Pain. You trap her, she blinks out, and there's a Doom ban against Rattlesnake. As Rattlesnake has been actually using Doom a lot lately. They did it yesterday, I believe, in the Eastern qualifiers. I do believe they have picked it up before in different tournaments as well. So fairly kind of research done.
Hongfu ran a Doom as well, but I'm not so sure that they should be banning the Doom. If anything, they should be picking the Doom for themselves. The Doom will be really good against Shadow Demon, will be good against Juggernaut. It takes him out of the spin as well. It's not... Well, it doesn't silence him true. It does silence him true, but it does stop the spin as well. So, and it's a really good hero against Juggernaut in general. So maybe they do fear the counter pick coming out against their Quap as well as the Darkseer.
I completely agree with you how Doom will really supplement LGD Gaming as a lineup. Unfortunately, I'm not sure whether they have practiced that hero, and I'm not sure you will run that hero simply based on the fact that hey, he's a good hero here. They also really need a lot of disable, which Doom is sort of a disable, but it doesn't stun, it doesn't prevent enemy from running away. So on those 2 points, maybe they won't be looking for that hero as much as Rattlesnake would be. I think they need to pick up some heavy disablers right now. And again, they will run into the issue of Clockwork and Juggernaut. It's hard to kill heroes, it's hard to disable hero. And I personally don't know where you go from here. Is it going to be the Tuskar that we see in Game 1? We saw some very nice interaction against the Clockwork. Heroes like Rubik is still in the pool. You could pick that one up. We'll see where they actually go here with LGD Gaming.
Yeah, Rubik's actually quite a popular support against Clockwork. Pull him out of the cogs, throw anyone out of the cogs. It does prevent Clock from using his skill from saving himself. But Another thing, like you said, the Tasca is good as well because the Walrus Punch does go through magic immunity, like I've said many times. And punching Juggernaut in the air does waste a few precious seconds of his magic immunity. And, well, the Snowball, it's alright, but there's a Shadow Demon to disrupt that up, so I'm not so sure. The game with Tasca, I'm pretty sure there was no Shadow Demon, right?
Um, Actually, I'm not sure. I felt like Shadow Demon was seen throughout all the games. It might have actually got banned out in the first stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a feeling it was banned. That's why Tasca was
I don't.
picked. Because
Yeah.
if you snowball towards a Shadow Demon disrupted target, you don't get anything out of it.
Yes, and well, you get yourself out of position and your allies out of
Yeah.
position, which is not something you're looking for. Anti-mage is gonna get picked up. So now
No fun.
Yeah, the problem continues. What do you do against Juggernaut, Anti-Mage, and Clockwork? It forces your Queen of Pain to go Cypher Vice, or not forces, or Orchid. I use the word force because I feel like she needs BKB here very, very badly. And now suddenly you need BKB and Orchid, and maybe a Cypher a little bit later on. And I just don't think she's gonna find that level of farm.
But why would you say she needs BKB? What kind of lockdown is she looking at right now, other than Clock? If Clock does trap her in, she can always blink out. It shouldn't be a problem. And the hookshot doesn't actually stop, isn't stopped by BKB. So are you talking about maybe the mana burn or the spin?
Well, the
or
mana burn,
disruption?
yeah, the mana burn before was nice. Generally, when you see a Chinese team deal with the healing ward from a Queen of Pain, they pop BKB, blink in, and kill that healing ward. It sounds might be a little bit of too much overcommitment, but that's what they do. It gives her, and BKB is generally the most popular choice as an item for Queen of Pain in Chinese scene anyway. So that's how they've been using the BKB, and that's why I'm saying this. I'm not sure now would you still go for the BKB because they need Orchid desperately to get some kills.
Remaining.
And if you, if you notice, there is no Syllabare ban right now. So it's in the pool.
Ooh, Skywrath
Nope,
Mage.
it's gonna be a Skywrath, so they are really gonna be shutting down the anti-mage. But you mentioned something about being going for the Orchid, forced to go for the Orchid. So Queen of Pain, when it comes to dealing with anti-mage with the Orchid, it's a matter of who snowballs faster.
Yeah.
If a Queen of Pain gets shut down in the middle lane, and sometimes it does happen from time to time with good ganks coming up from the supports or getting outplayed. You get shut down, you don't get the Orchid up in time, and by the time you get it up, Anti-Mage is on its way to its Mental Style. That is when it gets completely useless. You wasted your starting farm trying to get an Orchid. Orchid is great when Mental Style is not up, but when Mental Style is up, you actually want to go for a Hex, and you have wasted a lot of gold. But on the other side, if he does get a good snowball off, kill the solo mid a couple of times, kill some off-lane heroes, get that Orchid by 15 minutes, then when Anti-Mage may or may not have gotten his Battle Fury, and that's when you can actually shut him down really hard. He doesn't dare to go out there and farm on his own. And now with the Skywrath Mage, you have an Orchid right from the start.
Yeah, you do. It's actually just an organ. Of course, you don't have the soul burn damage, but the way to boost up your damage output, your magical damage output, the long casting, the instant casting time actually is a key thing against Anti-Mage as well as Juggernaut, especially Anti-Mage whose blink animation takes 0.4 seconds. You could actually catch him mid-blink with your Ancient Seal and pick him off. So I imagine it's going to be played as a support. I've never seen a solo mid Skywrath Mage in the Chinese scene, and I think it will remain as a support. Concussive Shot is a nice kind of opening build. We see him basically, I think the last time Tongfu played it as a support, they have max Ancient still by 7. So, yeah, it's an interesting way
using
to build
Arcane Bolt for the vision.
Yeah,
Right.
well, actually, no, it doesn't give you. You have to have vision first on the hero, and then it'll track he's sinking miso on them. Now the tanking can be the final support pickup. So, yeah, very interesting draft coming out from LGD Gaming.
Well, I'm not so sure about the Sand King pick, because if I'm looking at this right, is Trilane with Gyro, Sand King, as well as Skywrath. Well, I guess with the Concussive Shell, you can get the Sand King up close. I was thinking more of a surging the Sand King into position, but no, I guess Skywrath with the slow might work with Brax on the Sand King as well. So, do you want to go through the teams?
Yeah, let's quickly do so here. 1437 will be playing the Skywrath Mage as a support observer being picked up. Brax will be playing Sand King. Seems like Brax has rotated fully onto the support row. And looks like we have Pycat playing the Gyrocopter, LGD. G gonna be playing solo mid darks here. This is something we don't see too often. And looks like Misery will be playing the Queen of Pain.
Yep, and we see Lan actually going on solo mid Windrunner. Is it solo mid Windrunner? Well, he's playing the Windrunner. Juggernaut's gonna be Luo, and on Anti-Mage it will be Icy playing the hard carry. And Sagam will be on the Shadow Demon this time. You can see if he can outplay Kabu from the last game. Kabu will be picking up the Clockwork this time. So going to be playing one of his more favorite heroes, I guess, over the Shadow Demon. So his friend will be picking it up.
So this
And
is actually somewhat of a very interesting laning situation. Luo is going mid as a Juggernaut, expecting a Queen of Pain, and Juggernaut could actually deal with Queen of Pain quite nicely. When you see the Shadow Strike coming, you spin to dodge it. Mana isn't an issue, simply because you'll be bottle curling, and instead of that, he's going to be facing against a Darkseer. And I'm not too sure who actually has a lane advantage. I even want to say that Juggernaut has it because since mana isn't an issue, he can easily push out the lane with spins all day long. With that said, on the other side, if you're dealing with double Iron Shell, that's pretty hard to deal with as well. You can see that G is not blocking at all. He's going to Iron Shell the first one, he's going to Iron Shell the second one, and on the first wave, Juggernaut maybe just force a spin and negate all of this damage that's going to be coming his way.
yeah, the problem with Juggernaut is its low base damage, so he has to rely on spin to actually get the kill. And because of your low base damage, you have to stick around the creep wave a little bit longer if you want to actually get in position to last hit. But right now, G is completely dominating this lane. This entire creep wave is destroyed without a single creep dropping.
Well,
And yeah, Juggernaut's gonna suffer.
Lu did get 2 denies. Unfortunately, he's going to be taking a ton of damage and spinning away here. But once he gets a quick bottle, he should be mostly fine. Look at G though. He's just farming the enemy neutral 1-cap. He's going to be actually extending his farm so much over the Juggernaut. But let's talk about the bot lane here. It's going to be offensive gyrocopter lane. You talked about how support Sand might be a little bit dubious, but he will actually have the benefit of Concussive Shot as an initiation power tool. I think maybe with Concussive Shot, Burrow Strike, Ancient Seal, and Rocket Barrage, they could actually kill an anti-mage if the Shadow Demon's not here. That's a big if, because Shadow Demon will always be there.
Yep, and yeah, IC is not gonna have a lot of fun, so LGD looking to put the fun in anti-fun. But in top lane there, Misery, his Queen of Pain, actually dealing against a very interesting dual lane, taking a lot of damage here from the Windrunner. What do you think about this Clockwork dual lane coming up from a lot of these Chinese teams? There's a Darkseer Clockwork with the Surge into Cogs, and there is the Windrunner, which I'm not sure how that works. I guess Shackle into Cogs. Once you get a disable, Clockwork comes near Cogs and is over.
Yeah, I feel like dual offlane has been kind of... It's always been Dota. In fact, it has been the start of Dota 2. The older kind of dual lane on the offlane has been things like Lich plus Mirana. And basically on the idea of a dual lane is that you build a lane so that if one of your supports need to roam off, that's fine. The other heroes are very survivable, and your dual lane will never die. The added benefit of having a dual lane support is that it forces the enemy support to...
Not what you expected?
Well, not in this particular game, but let's imagine if a 2v3 situation, a lot of other supports like to stack jungle, roam off to the mid lane, and pull and do whatever they want. By having 2 support here, it forces the enemy to have 2 of their supports in the lane. And basically it's a way to make sure that the support on the other side is not getting enough farm or as much farm as they normally enjoy. Of course, in this game, it doesn't matter because the 2 supports are on the bot lane.
Yeah, and you see G comfort, well, just securing the runes in the middle lane without any problems, because Loa with his... Though the spin just can't outclass the Iron Shell, he might actually go for... Nope, not gonna go for Loa here. But yeah, Iron Shell just outclasses the spin in every way, because it comes off cooldown a lot faster, clears the creep wave just the same.
Yeah.
And Juggernaut can't afford to spin it that quickly. He has to wait for the bottle.
Well, he's spinning away right now. Unfortunately, G with the double damage and says, alright, I'll just right click. In fact, he's going to go for the kill. Luo in big trouble. He's going to drop the healer more into the shadow, but it's a first blood. Solo kill being picked up here. Beautiful play from G. A lot of players like, oh my god, he's spinning. Run. G says, I have double damage, yo. And
he's going to run up.
Yeah, Luo generally wins the mid lane. He gave up a rare first blood here against G.
Yeah, has to be careful, especially with the double damage. I guess Law wasn't counting on that. Yeah, so a little bit of a misstep gives G a huge advantage, and now I don't think he can stay in the lane for too long. He can't actually afford to spin anymore because he takes a lot of right-click damage from G, and the minute he gets out of position, he'll get killed. And Queen of Pain actually goes down to the Clockwork.
Yeah, I saw her taking a ton of harass, but I don't imagine he will actually die there. Sorry for missing that kill. I mean, I think Luo should be fine, okay? When he spin, he doesn't actually have to spin right in the Darkseer's face. He could use that spin, a little bit of that tiny AoE to his advantage. But for the most part, he isn't going to be dominating the lane anymore. You can see that Brax trying his best to pull that creep wave away. Gotta be careful though. Icy coming around to do a little bit of mana burn. Queen of Pain TP's up top. And we'll be staying in this lane. Kabu will be left here with the boots of speed. He's going to be basically looking as a level 6, or looking for his level 6. And once he finds it, he's going to be going all over the map and start ganking away.
I guess his battery assault can keep the Queen of Pain from blinking for about 1 to 2 more seconds because of that animation from Queen of Pain. But only about 1 to 2 seconds. I guess that was enough time with the power shot on top of that. Level 2 on that damage. Quite a lot, 200.
Right now, you can step back in the mid lane. G is trying his best to push it in, and that will allow the
1437 to come in.
Yeah, unfortunately he's scouted out, but it's Observer Ward, so Juggernaut is not gonna get ganked. So kind of
yeah, and what you said was true. They're going for the Ancient Seal over Arcane Bolt, so they're gonna look to just silence up the heroes, throw the concussive shot, and just let the Gyro and Sand King do the work.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine that basically tried this build in a pub game, and I was very questionable about the pub. It's like, where's your damage coming on? But if you want to look at it in a different way, it doesn't matter how much damage you have if anti-mage blinks away. So having a way to shut down that blink and allowing your allies to do the damage might be really the true way to play Skywrath Mage as a support. And that's how most pro teams are using it. Looks like double rotation going on the mid lane. The ward has died here, but let's see if Luo's innate... he actually has to use the spin. This is a good time as any to make that dive.
Yeah, but he does have Omni Slash, so you have to be very careful. You have to get that silence in. The silence has to be impeccable, but I think Luo is going to be more careful than that. Feeding another kill will not be good for him. And the support's going to back off, and he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he did miss... he actually didn't miss too much EXP because of Creep Wave already died. So for the most part, Luo, despite his first death, sort of doing okay. He's actually got a point into stats, which I personally find a little bit strange. Because generally nowadays, Juggernaut max that healing ward as soon as possible. And he's gone for the stats build.
Yep, and now it looks Gyrocopter Pikehead playing very aggressive here. Phase boots popped there, and Saga might be in middle trouble. Goes for the disruption, but here comes Skyrock with the slow, with the silence. Doesn't even need it, I think. Soul Catcher gonna land very well, but nope, there's gonna be another kill here for LGD International. So 2 kills.
Yeah, picks that one up.
Gyrocopter. Really funny lines.
Here's the big thing. The reason that he plays so aggressive in that situation is that he realized that anti-mage can't do anything to stop him. With face boot up on him, and the fact that Shadow Demon doesn't even have boots up, it's easy kill. Also, you gotta keep in mind that it's a 1600 cast range on concussive shot. Another kill going up on the top lane. That's gonna be G rotating in on the back and backstabbing. But with 1600 cast range, it looks like Luo in position as well. You do not dispel. It's very much like a Venomancer Gale. 40% slow, 1600 cast range. It's very easy to pick people off. And good job to see 1437 taking full advantage of that spell. Picking up 1 kill, maybe looking for a little bit more. Luo does have Omni Slash, but it's only level 1 Omni Slash, and G could basically tank that one by himself. Looks like he's not going to go for the big dives, though.
Yep. The Sagam was in the neighborhood.
And Sagam definitely not exactly like Kabu in terms of Shadow Demon plays. So far, losing the Shadow Demon race. Unfortunately, he's going to get focused on as well. Whereas the Ancient Steel, there is on top. Unfortunately, they use it after the Burrow Strike, so they're missing the value of that Ancient Steel. It looks like Disruption going to be used. There is no Arcane builds, and this is where I start to question the build. I think you should go 1-1-1 for the first 3 level, and then go back to the Ancient Steel. If they had Arcane build there, he was dead.
Yep. Arcane Bolt does have a very short cooldown, and it does deal a lot of damage at level 1, about 105 exactly for level 1 Skyroth Mage.
Yeah.
So
it does have
I like this hero a lot, yeah.
It has a 5-second cooldown at level 1, and it goes down as you level it up. But yeah, a little bit of missing value there. 1437 looking for a rune for his mid. Speaking of a Darkseer solo mid, because you expect yourself to get a lot more levels, your vacuum gets level up a lot quicker as well. Generally, you don't see a level 9 Darkseer until, I want to say, 13-14 minutes in. The fact that he's got himself 2 solo kills, or 1 solo kill mid and one kill on the top, he is getting a ton of EXP. And that's going to allow LGD.int to fight early team fights or focus towers a little bit earlier. Back on the bot lane here, I see. Oh, the courier is going to get picked off. Nice courier. Oh, nice attempt to micro it away. But that's 137 or 175 times 5. That almost is a tower kill in terms of gold. In fact, they're going to get a tier 1 tower out of that one. Double TP comes in from the Radiant team. And they have to fight this. They have to defend this. But here we go. On the back line, you do see a TP coming as well from the dire side. That's a hasted Darkseer. He pops the haste rune. And he's getting in position to perhaps go for a big team fight right here.
Well, they have Mana Void, they have Hook Shot, they have Omni Slash, and 1 point in Shackle Shot. I guess it is, well, it's not really that great, but Hook Shot might come out here. Nope, not gonna go for it. And also something to mention, I think the courier does have something the Anti-Mage was buying, because he has very little gold right now. And I think he bought up something, it's either his Threats or his Claymore, so it's either one of those items. And losing that does hurt his last hitting quite a bit.
Yeah, also throughout that, you saw that G was able to TP one bot and it had the haste rune. In fact, it drew what 3 teleport scrolls on from the Rattlesnake side. So that in itself is half a tower of gold being spent or being wasted, depending on how you want to look at it. And in fact, I think Rattlesnake might still lose that tier 1 tower as G decides to surge his way back and destroy that tier 1. I think Rattlesnake just have to back out now, and that's exactly what
they want anti-mage.
Anti-mage should be fine. There is an Ancient Seal being casted, and there was a TP from the Neo back on the top lane. So sure, nobody actually died there, but I felt like LGD have came so far ahead. That's 4 teleports thrown down in the last minute or so. A tier 1 destroyed in exchange of 1 TP on the Darkseer. Very, very good play from LGD.
Yep, and free money coming their way, and the gold graph dips 4k in their favor. So despite only 2 kills in their lead, they do have a big farm advantage. Although Queen of Pain hasn't been getting the best time up there.
Getting more
she
than
does
an
pick up her
anti-mage.
threat.
Yeah, got more than an anti-mage, so can't really ask for too much. And in fact, anti-mage is gonna have a tough. Where does he farm now? Is he gonna take Juggernaut farm in the mid lane, which is fine. I'm also very surprised that he's actually got a second point in the Mono Break instead of maxing the blink. I understand not maxing blink if there is Ancient Seal on the map, but I feel like maybe you should get stats instead. As a result, are we gonna see some Surge Burrow Strike action? No, Power Shot's gonna scout things out. And the Windrun's gonna back off. But as a result, there is just nowhere to farm for this anti-mage.
Yep, and anti-mage needs its farm. If you do push his lane, especially the bottom lane, very important lane for the Radiant side. It does guard the jungle. Now, destroying the tier 1 already makes it easy for LGD to gank in from their own tier 1, and destroying the tier 2 does limit the entrance to the jungle, and that's going to be horrible. And Brax actually can go for initiation here if anti-mage does come a little bit closer, but no, the Observer Ward paying dividends right here.
Yeah, there also because there's a power shot from the Windrunner to steal these creeps. Dire would now know that there is an observer up on the high ground. But looks like we have a little initiation action happen on top lane. Kabu will drop the cogs. 40% slow being applied. Kabu trying his best to run out there. Vacuum backwards. Sonic Wave's going to be used, and there is going to be Tarkseer picks another kill for himself. He's got mech. We're seeing an 11.5 minute level 9 Darkseer with the mech, and he's not just been AFK rising. He's been ganking all over the map. He's been pushing down towers. You were wondering what item was on the courier for anti-mage. It was a Ring of Health. Ring of Health was denied for 3 minutes. That is a big one.
Yeah, at least it wasn't his Claymore, because the Claymore does add a lot of damage for him. But still, this anti-mage will not be getting that burning time on that Battle Fury. He will get it around 18 minutes, and this is the kind of snowball I say Queen of Pain does need. Misery. Misery will be getting that Orchid a lot faster than anti-mage can get his Battle Fury at this rate. Unless LGD decides to throw really hard, but I see LGD having a really great advantage in this third game.
Yeah, you can see that by Sanking constantly sitting his position here. He's rising for that level 6. Once he does get it, all they really need is a Burrow Strike into Ancient Seal, and that's a free kill. Kabu scouting things out. Is he looking for the hook? Yes, he is. He's found 1437. 1437 does not have the ultimate, and you can say Brax is trying to actually go in. Mono Void being used. 1437 is going to go down as a result. A little bit of blocking here against Brax. Brax should be fine. Really, really good play here by Kabu, picking him off, and it looks like immediate smoke usage. Meanwhile, though, Darkseer has gotten a solo kill, diving past tier 2 tower. This is the old school gods I have really remember and love. Back before when he joined the LGD International, when he was playing solo mid on those CSI Dota teams, just playing Storm, playing Queen of Pain, finding
M5,
these,
right?
Yeah, M5, just finding random solo kills. That's exactly what he's doing right now, snowballing
He's
against
a very aggressive player.
He is, and he's doing it on a hero that's normally not that aggressive, a Darkseer.
But a solo Darkseer with a lot of levels is really scary, because you can't outrun him. Windrun, yeah, Windrun, but Surge, yeah, so you're gonna get caught up too, and you're gonna be destroyed, because Iron Shell does do a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially when you're like level 5 and he's level 8. So
He's level 10.
level 10 now after getting those skills. Yeah, I see finally getting some breeding room, but I mean these breeding room is coming in a very, very expensive cost. Item check wise, we have Oblivion Staff number 1 on Queen of Pain. We have Pycat almost finishing the BKB. The mech is already up. I feel like LGD could just storm down the mid lane and push a tier 1 if that's what they want. But instead, they want to just basically farm every single lane and pressure, make sure the anti-mage as well as the rest of his ally isn't getting farmed. Anti-mage is choke point jungling right now, 14 minutes in. This is not where you want to be if you're playing anti-mage.
Yeah, it's desperation jungling.
Top lane, Misery might be a little...
What do you think about him picking up threats before actually completing his Battle Fury? He does have the basic boots, but he decided to go for the threats first, and that does delay him by about 1000 gold.
I feel like a lot of people think they look at Battle Fury timing. It's like, oh my god, I have 14-minute Battle Fury. But if you have a naked Battle Fury at 14 minutes, your farm actually doesn't increase by that much. What really takes you over the top is that treads, and is the crawling blade that you pick up. So I feel like it's actually a very, very smart adjustment to the game. You need the HP, you need the movement speed. The tread is in itself a very good item to jungle with. So I almost actually want to say that most anti-mage players out there should finish the treads before finishing the Battle Fury. There is some corner cases where you're getting absolutely free farm. And the Battle Fury, even without the treads, will help you get to the treads a little bit quicker. But for the most part, your farming takes off once you have all 3 items. So it doesn't really matter what order you pick it up. Treads is a good item early on.
Well, point taken. And God did farm up an entire Radiant stack camp there and picked up 1.5k for himself. Now, I'm gonna see what he goes for. Perhaps a Shiva, lower anti-mage's attack speed, even lower. At this point, snowballing quite hard on their darts here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play solo mid Darkseer, your build opens up a little bit. You could get a quick pipe and completely shut down any kind of damage output from Rattlesnake, because your pipe comes out so much earlier. You were talking about the way to snowball earlier in a previous game, being able to get to your levels and items quicker. When they are still low level, could allow you to get away with much more top lane. A little bit of trouble here is Kabu. Throw Strike will land, and Queen of Pain will be dropping the deeps. No, they see a TP coming in, and they will back off immediately. Yeah, so if you go for a quick pipe...
There's a hook.
Yeah, if Darkseer goes for a quick pipe, he could completely kind of win the game for the team. He could go for something like a Blink or a Force Staff, or he could go for the standard kind of quick Hex or quick Shivas. A lot of options here for God right now.
Yep, this is, like you said, it's a good time for LGD.int to push because Loa is only at level 10. He's going to hit level 11 in the next 1 minute or 2, and without that level 2 Omni Slash, the damage output does increase by a lot with each level. And now, anti-mage might be in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get the silence off.
Well, I mean, Neo's right in position. In fact, both teams are trying to bait out each other because here comes LGDG. Where's the silence that's going to come through it? Neo's going to pop out. Where's the disruption? Mech's going to get used. Icy in a little bit of trouble. G's going to back off with Surge. Neo just basically stood there and didn't actually do anything. But hey, that's enough.
No Mystic Flare.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Mystery on the top lane. He's going to eat a Shackle shot and it's going to die. What a play here. Shackle from a range creep to the Quap. Power shot. No hook shot even necessary, so nice late.
Anti-mage gonna be a little bit aggressive on God there and gonna be backing off. He does pick up his Claymore, so halfway towards his Battle Fury right now.
I mean, even if he finished the Battle Fury, I wonder where he is going to get the farm. You can see that Sand King coming right through. Omnisat's going to get used, and looks like Sprax is going to a little bit slow to respawn. 1 kill already happening so far against G. And Klein's Clockwork hook here, but I don't think he can stay here, Kabu. You're going to take way too much damage. They do get the Sand King kill. BKB gets forced out from Pycat. G is looking for a second kill, but looks like Anti-Mage has blinked out as a result. They did force a BKB usage, and they traded 1-for-1 at the end of the day. I think that was a pretty good team fight for Rattlesnake. And Anti-Mage is going to get a ton of free farm on the top lane. I think he's just 1 piece away to finish. No, he's still 2 pieces away from the Battle Fury.
But great hook there from Kabu and into the Cox, pushing Pycat away with the BKB, wasting a lot of time and not getting that kill for himself. So popping 1 charge from Pycat. Kabu playing the great support role he is built to play once again.
Yeah, here's my big concern. I mean, you were saying of 18-minute Battle Fury. Now, because LG is playing so well, they're going to be down to maybe a 20-minute Battle Fury. And even if he gets a 20-minute Battle Fury, you're still dealing with Ancient Seal. You're dealing with the instant stun of the Sand King. And more importantly, there is a Queen of Pain with the Orchid almost finished up. Where do you actually find the farm? I think the safest place might actually be in the enemy jungle, but I mean, you're playing Risk Dota for the rest of the game, and I'm not sure whether Rattlesnake is in that position to play that type of Dota.
Yep, which is why I did question the threats first, because if he didn't go for the threats, he would have his Battle Fury right now. And with the Battle Fury, although you say you hit slower, you do have the Battle Fury, and it does help you a little bit. You are a little bit less survivable, but with the Battle Fury, you can help you skyrocket. He did pick up the Calling Blade from the start of the game anyway, so in that sense, I was questioning. I know that some players like to go for the threats.
It's a nice addition to his HP pool against a Queen of Pain, as well as the damage output from the Sand King and the Skyrock Mage. But yeah, having Battle Fury up right now is exactly what they need, and so far he doesn't have it. He's gonna pick up. G sees himself a WoW Anti-Mage. Doesn't get the kill there.
He's gonna steal his farm.
Yeah, that's fine. You delay his Battle Fury even further. Like, you don't actually need to kill the Anti-Mage. You just slow him down, make sure he doesn't get anything going, and that's all you need.
Yeah, but big play here from IC, avoiding all of the ganks despite the silence out and the Barrow Strike and everything. All the ganking attempts there, IC has managed to avoid. So great play from him, avoiding all those deaths. And LGD.int, despite God playing really well, still not pushing, going for the Shiva's guard. So yeah, going for the attack speed slow.
Yeah, Luo might be in a little bit trouble. We saw the first Orchid gang going against Luo. He ate a Sonic Wave, Screen of Pain, barely survived with some clutch Magic Wand usage and a Healing Ward being nearby. But being able to survive that, those type of gang is, like you said, very important. Here comes the tier 2 push. I feel like LGD is throwing away some of their lead that they had. They have vastly a better item advantage. They had like a minute 9 mech. They have a BKB on Pycat. They had that Orchid up for like 2 minutes now. They should be just owning towers. They will be doing so right now. Luo dodging that concussive shot. Force the enemy to fight against you. I mean, they have an anti-mage, but the anti-mage farm is not being kicked in just yet. Unfortunately, they don't get the push going on. And IC has been free farming. Well, I don't want to say free farming, but IC has been farming for the past 2-3 minutes, really unharassed. And now he will have the Battle Fury after this camp. Uh-oh. I say after this camp, but is he going to get that camp? No, he's going to have to push back out.
Oh, get back in! Woo. Okay, silence the creep. For a moment, I thought anti-mage got
Bot lane, though. Omni Slash doing some work. He's gonna go for the solo kill against Pycat. Just right click on him. You can still do the damage. He gets 1 kill. He sees Pycat, or excuse me, Brax. Brax will burrow strike across that tree and should be fine. But a BKB gyro gets picked up. And in trading for a Kabu clock, you take that trade any day. And I think Rattlesnake might be making a comeback here. They're still down by about almost 10,000 gold, but I think Anti-Mage will allow you to come back in those type of situations.
Yep, Anti-Mage is one of those heroes. You just throw a little bit against him and before you know it, he's a monster. Yeah. Seen it a couple of times in the East qualifiers as well. A lot of games will turn around or nearly turn around. Oh, but we see now pick up here Queen of Pain. Finally getting low. No healing ward for you this time, sir.
And no magic wand, right? No, he did pop the magic wand. Still was not able to survive. Anti-Mage though, level 12. Let's get a good time check on him. He has his Battle Fury at 2120. And we'll see when the Yasha will come online. We'll see when the Manta will come online. And the farm will really start to accelerate at this point in the game.
Yeah, so LGD, like they said, they should take a Roche. They had a lot of map control. They should have went for Roche. Yeah. They should have went for something. They had a mech. They could have taken Roche really easily. But not deciding to. And now they have given a little bit of opening to Rattlesnake. And LGD.int has to be very careful. This is a best of 3 and this is game 3, so you can't afford to lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to game 2, when Rattlesnake had a big lead, remember that 10-minute gem? Remember the fact that they got 2 Roshan very early in the game? Now we see that sort of similar lead from LG Gaming. They haven't lost any tier 1 tower in comparison to 3 tier 1 towers being dropped on the Radiant side. And again, I just feel like they have given too much room from Rattlesnake. They've been picking off Luo and focusing on Luo a lot of time, but I don't think they care about Luo dying. At this point in the game, if Luo gets to drop off a healing ward in a team fight, if he gets to drop off Omni Slash in a team fight, that's all they really need out of Luo. And Anti-Mage just kind of all eggs into his one basket.
And Kabu will be laying down the support fire with his hook as well as the cogs. And he has been on the mark this entire
got
game.
A hood. How did he find himself a hood throughout all of this? I have no freaking clue. There is no tower being destroyed here, so I don't know, man.
He had a little bit of a farm up there, solo kill on the Queen of Pain as well, so I guess that helped him a little bit.
It looks like they might be actually making it go on the bot lane. Uh-oh, Lamb's gonna get silenced, and Lamb's gonna be dead for sure. Healing Ward is gonna get dropped, providing some nice healing. Deny attempt, nicely played by Luo. Wow. He could spin TP out of this one. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a TP. You could use his drum as well, but Kabu already in position. Sick play here from Luo. I mean, that's all you need to do. There's also a jump on Juggernaut. They can actually go into jungle and start de-warding. But up on the top lane, you can see that they're trying to get some tier 2 towers now. But Anti-Mage says, yeah, I'll trade tier 2 for tier 1 towers. I don't really care. I'm gonna just get my free farm and get my gold. It's up to another 1,500 gold so far in the game already.
Yeah. Wow, it was a very fast play.
Vacuum backwards here. Actually purge up on G, and this is all Rattlesnake need to do and escape. Queen of Flame blinks away. Neo might actually die as a result. Yeah, in fact, he will die. But back in front of tower, it looks like Anti-Mage got picked off into a Burrow Strike. Epicenter, Ancient Seal, and a Mystic Flare. So Anti-Mage getting a little bit of cutoff here. Great play from LGN. Kind of re-grasping the firm control of this game. They need to get Roshan right now and get.
Yeah, they're already picking towards it. Skyruff picking towards it, and we said that they need to take action right now, and they did. They picked off Anti-Mage, overextended it a little bit. Shadow Demon went down as well, and Anti-Mage on the sidelines for 25 seconds, and now LGD.int will be looking towards this Roshan. Yeah, so never too late to go after Roshan, I guess. With this gyrocopter, the rocket barrage does a lot of damage.
Yeah, but how well has Luo been playing this game? I mean, being able to survive mostly the ganks going away, that clutch knife on his ally, and now getting ready to do a little bit of split pushing. As awkward as it is, I think Luo might be going for Black King Bar. There is just too many silences on the map to really depend on his spin. So BKB is going to be a nice, kind of survivable item for Juggernaut.
It could be an Aghanim Scepter as well.
Actually, I really like Aghanim Scepter, simply because it gives you a lot of tank. And in this game, sure, the silence is really annoying to deal with, but that's where the tank comes in. I think BKB is the safest item choice, though. I expect him to go for that.
Yep, triple TP up top, so Luo's not gonna get the tower, and the tower not in deny range just yet.
I think that might have been a little bit of overcommitment. That will allow Icy just to start pushing mid lane like he is doing now. Clockwork Hook's gonna cancel, and Brax gonna try to survive through that one. A blink and a Mana Void should do the job, and that's exactly what we see out of Icy. Tier 1 tower is gonna go down. Brax making a rare mistake. We generally don't see him throwing away his life like that. He's gotta expect Kabu somewhere on the map.
Well, his teammates did TP out away from him, so...
Now Icy, Tier 1 destroy. And for anti-mage that's doing split pushing, having Tier 1 down is actually very important. Because with Tier 1 down, it gives him multiple paths in and out of the enemy jungle, and allow him to go from one lane to another undetected. And he's gonna get a Tier 2 destroyer on the bot lane as well. Deny, excuse me, if they don't fuck this one up. Oh, Misery. Misery? Misery. Okay. Alright guys, we got 2 heroes under the tower.
Windrunner was trying, but anti-mage saw the creeps, and creeps are more delicious for an anti-mage.
I can't blame him. I would have taken that choice as well.
I see this ban, but yeah, Windrunner has been landing some nice shackles this entire game, I must say. But might want to go for more points than Windrun though. Yes, not being able to survive just on one level. The vacuum does take him out of that, and yeah.
Yeah, now both teams has that gem. It's going to be a resto for rune control. It's a resto for map positioning. And I think that right now, if you apply a ton of pressure as a dire team, it really shuts down where anti-mage can farm. Brax is, or not Brax, Pycat trying to finish that gyrocopter. Butterfly, he will have it right now. And with a BKB Butterfly, I think you go for that tier 2 mid. I just don't think the Radiant have enough to team fight. Kabu could hook shot in, and that would be nice, but as soon as your Gyro pops BKB, you just murder that Gyrocopter easy.
Yep, and you did ask for a timer on Anti-Mage. He picked up his Battle Fury around 21, and he has his Yasha at around 25, and Queen of Pain picks up the Cypher Vice.
Unfortunately, that death really slowed him down in the farming on the mid game.
Yep. But now, like I said, it's all about the Queen of Pain. Who gets the item first? Does the Co-op get the Orchid, or does the Anti-Mage get the Manta first? But in this case, the Co-op gets the Orchid really early, and now she has the Hex before the Manta even comes up. So
this is insane in terms of level of farm. Mystery didn't have a good time at all up in top lane, dying once or twice to that Clockwork. But now with Orchid Scythe up, I mean, no matter where Anti-Mage could go, he could solo kill. In fact, 1437. Uh-oh.
Lore's in trouble.
Oh no, Icy didn't check the mana on the enemy before popping that Mana Void. That is I want to say a novice mistake. Jesus, that was bad.
But Darkseer and Sandking did pick off Juggernaut up top. He went for a very aggressive spin on Darkseer, and Sandking just came in there with the Blink Dagger, and yeah, just waited for his spin to end Burrow Strike Epicenter, backed him back into it, and he died.
Back in the Shiva's got... Yeah, Misery using both Orchid and Scythe, picking off the Anti-Mage. Shadow Demon got picked off as well. Rattlesnake was playing really good Dota for the last, I want to say, 5-6 minutes, avoiding 5, split pushing mid lane. They're going to get perhaps another pick off. G's running low, power shot. That's going to miss as well, and G's going to go right back in.
Yeah.
Lab, he's got the little bit of pipe left, but Queen of Pain comes in. That is a 5-man team wipe in all over the map.
All around the map.
This is not Chinese Dota. I've never seen this anymore. There's a courier just like, I don't know what the courier is doing, but scoping out the winning.
Captain Bamboo.
Yeah, Captain Bamboo. Okay. What is Rattlesnake doing, guys?
Yeah, global assassination right here. A lot of the heroes getting picked off there. Juggernaut was, well, I think they were all caught up by the new items. They didn't see the Co-op with the Hex. They didn't see Darkseer with the Shiva. So Juggernaut tried to spin away from that, but he was slowed down by the Shiva's guard. So the passive aura just slowing him down. I think it does work. I'm not so sure if the passive aura slows him down, but still he couldn't run away from the Sand King, and yeah, the Barrow Strike in the vacuum did take him down really easily. They did blow an epicenter for that, but they're gonna be happy. The 16 for 6 right now is the score.
Wait, the Shiva's guards is only attack speed slow, right? It's not movement speed.
Yeah, I think he did dodge the slow. I'm not so sure when he got the spin off, but he went on God a bit aggressively there. So he got picked.
I think it's like a Venomancer thing where if you are slow, you don't magical immunity don't bring out of that slow. It could be something like that. And well, in any case, now Rattlesnake has lost all of their outer tier 2. They're facing against a push that they might not even be able to defend because they're down a ton of items. And LGD is bringing that push right now. Misery, 1400 gold with the Scythe of Ice up. Not really any meaningful way to spend her gold. Could pick up something like a point booster, but I don't think he even needs it right now. They're just going to win the game. Or trying to in this push. And I see trying his best to at least get an ultimate orb before this next push comes.
Yep, but they're already gonna bang on the front door right now. Hitting away the tier 3s, and Windrunner wants to look for a shackle. Nope, taking a lot of damage from the flat cannon, so gonna back off.
And power shot, tower damage, kind of forcing him away here. And Brax, oh, there's a type on Luo. Does Luo have buyback? That's the question. He does, I think. No.
He just got evaporated there. I'm not so sure what he was doing there. I thought he might actually want to go for a spin, but he didn't even go for that.
I mean, you can't actually walk up and expect that you get the spin off when there is a Scythe, there's an Orchid, and there is Ancient Steel. So I'm not sure what he was thinking, but now he has about 36 seconds to think about his choices because there is no buyback on him. Nice Shackle Shot. Glyph is going to be used. Anti-Mage pushing for a tier 2. I think this is one of those games where if you lose your melee Rax mid, you don't call the GG because you have Anti-Mage. You can split push, but no, Kabu's going to get focused. Ancient Steel on top. That is yet another kill. Straight Shackle Shot, but that's going to only delay Anti-Mage. So, did he get 2 towers out of this exchange? I think so.
I think he did, yeah, he did get 2 towers there, but I'm not so sure it's enough right now. LGD might look to just go top, go bottom. Both tier 2s are down for both sides, but no, are they going to respond? Nope. They just take the 2 mid Raxes and just back off. So playing it safe here, and yeah, that was just range of pickoffs, and Ancient Seal just doing a lot of work. Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage. Nope, they're just gonna bait. They're gonna be just faking a retreat there, and they're gonna run back in, I think. They have an Observer Ward. Yeah, keeping tabs.
A pretty smart smoke. Generally, people expect you to go back IC. Gonna get backing back or Burrow Strike. Oh. There's that epicenter you were talking about. Or RP.
Vacuum into the Barrow Strike, yeah.
That is literally RP right there. Luo's on the run. He's trying to juke back and forth. He's gonna get picked off as well. Anti-Mage just spent all of his gold for a Mantis Tile, and he's gonna get picked off. Pinging up on the top rack is 1437. Fortunately, they don't have the creep wave. Anti-Mage did a good job split pushing. Dire says, alright, the bot creep wave a little bit closer, and that's the creep wave they're gonna be going for. Yeah, you go for this big push. You don't have Aegis on Gyrocopter. Yeah, you don't have Aegis on Gyrocopter anymore, but he's got himself now a Reaver on top. And he's definitely, there's no buyback on Anti-Mage. You know, because Anti-Mage would have bought back in that engagement if he had it. So if you win a team fight now, you win the game.
Yep, and it doesn't look really good for Rattlesnakes. Even with the Mancer Illusions, they will just melt to the flat cannons. And with the silence, there's a couple of silencers here on the team. So you might dispel the first one, you might not get the second one.
There is 0 buyback coming out from Rattlesnake. Generally against backwards, Nam's gonna be fine. These Shackles is just laying it very hard, but you're just delaying. You don't have anti-mage split pushing in this particular one now, so there's no pressure for LGD. In fact, there is a big creep wave going into the mid lane, so all the pressure is on Rattlesnake, but seems like LGD will back off as a result, and that's going to give IC some time perhaps to get his BKB. He needs BKB so desperately, but even if he does have it, he's still 1 or 2 items behind Gyrocopter. So right now, this is PyCat's game. This is LGD International games. Roshan is going to be up in a couple of seconds. They're using Rocket to scout out Roshan. Makes me think that maybe Rattlesnake didn't write down Roche timing. They're just too afraid right now.
Yeah, well, sometimes you do get caught in the heat of battle. If you just lost a really huge Roshan fight, and you're just sitting there contemplating about what you did wrong, and you forget to take the Roche time. It happens. But now it's about a minute left to Roche time. Could be just to check out the positions of LGD's heroes. Rattlesnake might actually want to go for a contest on the Roche, because if they give the Roche, I don't think there's any way they can beat the win next fight.
Yeah, right now Rattlesnake is looking in the enemy jungle as a 2-man pickoff, and then try to get a free Rax off of it. Unfortunately, nobody's going to get picked off, and I do believe there is going to be, there is one buyback from Queen of Pain. This smoke is very painfully obvious considering that there's nobody defending on the mid lane, and Raxes are already down, so IC did get a ton of split push up. Unfortunately, he wants to be split pushing bot though, because that's where the next pusher will be coming in
Radiant's
from.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. Anti-mage farming up the dire jungle a little bit, just trying to keep the creep wave pressing into LGD's base. So just doing as much as he can, doing his job as a split pusher, and Shadow Demon just gonna be sticking around him just in case there's any trouble.
Yeah, I mean, with the disruption, I don't think Anti-Mage will actually die, but unfortunately, Anti-Mage is kind of quite ahead of his teammates. Now, here's one thing that you gotta be careful if you're LGD, and you gotta take this Roshan down quickly, because if you have any type of disruption, if Anti-Mage somehow gets a free Rax out of this engagement, this game will just get a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Nobody's challenging it just yet. Rocket Flare will scout out Roshan down to about half HP. LGD's damage output is not fast enough, and you can see the rotation is going to be coming in. Anti-Mage already hitting your tier 3 tower. Brax in position, trying to defend this as much as possible. Anti-Mage blinks back out. I'm not sure why. And here comes LGD, forced out of the Roshan pit. Roshan about a quarter health. It looks like Misery is going to initiate on the high ground. Luo should be fine. He is going to be going for that Acceptor. IC still pushing up top. They are giving away this Roshan for free, but they're trying to get something in return as a result. IC on top is not going to Roshan, and that's the Aegis. I'm not sure whether they got enough out of that. I don't think the damage on the tier 3 is enough to justify
Yeah,
it.
the sanking damage was a little bit too high, especially with the creep wave melting under the sandstorm. So Brax just knowing the right amount of stalling, keeping the anti-mage out of base. So a great play from him, because without the creeps, the tower hits on anti-mage, and anti-mage can't really take tower hits at this point.
Well, now you said that with the Aegis up on the LGD.int, there's no way for Rattlesnake to win a team fight, and I'm gonna agree with you. Unless somebody's hurt terribly out of position, I don't think
Like
they could,
Brax.
Like Brax? Brax might be, yeah. Ooh, nice blink dagger though. He's not out of position. He's fine. He's got the Ghost Scepter and blink. But
No TP scroll.
no, seriously. No, you know what? I'm trying to make Brax look good, and you're not helping out here.
Yeah, well, Brax, I did make Brax look good earlier on. He was defending the top lane really well.
He did.
But still really weird positioning there. But Quap's here to help him.
Yeah, Luo now trying to finish his Acceptor SL. I think at this point in the game, if you have gold to buy big items on Rattlesnake,
Just buy it.
You buy it. You're just down too far in terms of net worth, in terms of item, in terms of gold. 20,000? 20,000 EXP and gold deficit. This is insane.
LGD has been doing nothing but stomping this game.
Yeah. I mean, they're starving the enemy team from farm. They're farming the enemy jungle. They're ganking the enemy jungle. Icy trying to push out top. Will he have BKB finish? He won't. That's the big deal. He needs BKB right now to defend this push.
Yep, and well, Darkseid's just been doing such a good job helping his teammate snowball. He just went up top, killed the Windrunner and the Clockwork, if not wrong, and then went bottom lane, killed the Shadow Demon, killed the Anti-Mage. So, but Juggernaut does pick up his Aghanim Scepter, so for this fight, he will have a lot of slashes coming out.
He needs to hold. His ally needs to hold right now. If they can hold for one more creep wave, then Anti-Mage will have his item. Especially if he can go back and sell his Poor Man's Shield and Quelling Blade. Glyph is gonna get poured out. This is a race against time. Anti-Mage up on the top lane, tanky a little bit tower. Is it gonna be a Rax trade? If they get successfully a Rax trade, I still think that's Rattlesnake advantage. But I'm not even sure whether it will be a Rax trade. LGD quickly brings it down. In fact, they can go for the Mega Creeps right now. Anti-Mage bringing back the melee Rax. He could go back instantly and buy the BKB. He is going to get the melee Rax regardless. Are they going to go for the straight throw? I'm not sure whether I agree with this choice. Shackle shot, that's going to hit on 2 hero. Anti-Mage, is he back? Yes, he is. Where's the BKB? Is he going to sell it? Is he going to go for the buyback? I'm not sure. Tier 4 tower number 1 has gone down. 4,000 gold on Anti-Mage. Shackle shot, not going to lash this time here. Anti-Mage coming back out. He is going to go for the buyback. It looks like, uh-oh. Omni Slash already dropped. He's hexed out. He's going to pop into the Manta. He's going to try blink and fight. He's going to get 1 kill on the Darkseer. Darkseer buys back. Does he have Bridge of Travel? I'm not too sure. Kabu's going to get picked off here as well. There's no mana up on Pycat. Below's on the run. Icy, is he dead? No, he's up to 5,000 gold. Burrow Strike's going to come in from Brax. And that Burrow Strike's, no! He's going to survive. Icy's going to go in trying to heal up.
Let him calls GG.
Oh my god, that team fight was so close. But Icy, what is your goal doing for you?
I'm really not sure. His decision making has been a little bit iffy. I'm really. You said that he had a chance if they traded Rexes. I don't think so, because they're sitting at a very big goal disadvantage. So if you trade 2 of your Rexes, even if you manage to hold off LGD once and come back with a BKB, say you beat them, say you beat them with the BKB and everything, you knock them back. The next time they come, they can just use the superior goal advantage, just kamikaze or soft Rex. You lose the game anyway.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I just think that as an anti-mage, the longer the game goes, the higher chance of winning the game. And well, you're talking about his decision making in terms of split pushing versus defending. I'm talking about his decision making in terms of stockpiling 4,600 gold at the end of the game. You can't take that gold to McDonald's and buy you something at the end of the game. Might as well spend it. I'm just not sure what was the decision making there. So Rattlesnake will lose this one, and LG International a 2-1 victory in DSL. Very, very good play.
Yeah, a little bit shaky in game. Was it game? Yeah, well, a little bit shaky because of game 2, but yep, coming back in game 3, and God, I think he'll be the MVP for this one. Darkseer, with that ganking Darkseer, 8-1 on him, playing solidly. With the early Mac, help his team snowball all the way to this victory, 27-8. Great play.
Yeah, kind of a old school G play. Very impressive. That's going to conclude our Beyond the Summit broadcast. I want to really extend a big thank you to Lysander for helping me out. Great casting. And hopefully we'll have you more back tomorrow or whenever we cast DSL next. And that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in to the Eastern Qualifier, which I believe is still going on right now. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and GG.
All right, good night, guys.